Good evening, everyone. Apologies for the start in the stream and the delay in the stream. Tonight we have got for RSF1 Season 10 for Division 4 this evening, Brazil. So, highlight to come. Apologies for missing or getting off the back of Q1 here. But yeah, we've got a good night in store. 15 of them on the grid, so we'll see what they can put out. Some good times from last night in F3, so we'll see what F4 can do and come up with. Apologies, let me just get everything up. Okay, does it mean now we've got 15 drivers, I'm straight into Q2? Yeah, basically, yeah. So it would go straight to Q2. You could all basically retire and you'd all go into Q2. So, apologies, right. Who have we got on a lap? I believe Trifle's on a lap, currently on a 1087. First time in Q2 for me. Go for it, man. I think... What was it? You said in the Alpine chat, this is going to be one of your last races, or one of the last races for the season, so rooting for you, bro. Trifle isn't going to improve when Mortar's in the pits. Adam Moore on a lap. Can he improve any further in the Ferrari at P9? Slightly improvement up to P8 and a 109.1. Spins it on the first corner for good measure. They were in a couple of spins last night, so we'll see how that goes. Penrose just coming around there for turn one. Hopefully Adam gets out the way, which he will do in a Ferrari. So we'll see what the AlphaTauri can do and pull out the bag. I haven't been following F4 a lot recently, but I still believe there's a championship fight going on with a couple of drivers in perspective. But we will see how they fare tonight. Brazil, bit of a off and on track in terms of you want that mix of speed, but also cornering as well. So we'll see what the guys can do tonight with it. Adam Moore's going to be out of fuel. Penrose also out of fuel. Stars on a lap. Mr. Stars, orphan in the Red Bull. I'm sure he'll be looking to... I think from what I remember he quite likes Brazil, so we'll see what he can put in for his lap. I've got 2 more after this race, but I'll try and see if we can... Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Hey, we've all got lives outside RSF1. It's all understandable. Just go out with a bang, I guess. Not literally, but... Stars is looking to go into Sector 2. Not a bad Sector 1, but we'll see if we can pull in. It also depends, like I said, track's very differential between Sector 1 and Sector 3, which is more for high speed, lower wings, but Sector 3 is where it can come into play for the high wing players. See if we can keep it nice and tidy. Normally this hairpin's quite a bit of a struggle, lose some grip sometimes. seems to have kept it nice and tidy for now. Nice and tidy through the last corner as well. Get that hammer down, get that DRS on, ERS on. Slap it in. What can Stars put in on the board? P10 1094. Tell you what, that's a good time for a trifle actually. 185. So not a bad time to warm up for Stars. Grave Diggers on a lap. In fact, there's a couple of them on a lap. The Motive Carrot puts up to P12. I'm sure she'll be happy with that. And the Mercedes. What can Grave Digger do in the Aston Martin though? What can he pull out the bag? Puts himself up to P3 with a 1088. Pretty much flat as well. So good going for the Mercedes. Aston Martin driver. Not bad Q1 for Aston Martin there. As always guys, feel free to put comments or anything in the chat you want to discuss or questions or anything as we go through qualifying and then the race. I did see some issues last night with people, I think Button beached it onto like basically well, he did get pushed off the track, but he beached it between like on the start of sector 2. Bit of a weird part of the track really, with a hill there, but made for good entertainment. So Bradshaw taking provisional P1 there on Q1. Oh, Manzi's coming in the pits. Mr. Carnegie. You've got AlphaTauri. Can he improve at all? No. Old Manzi's retired. Immortals round. So I think that'll be it for Q1 in F4. Bradshaw, the Alfa Romeo, taking the top spot with 108.497. Some low times up there aiming for, especially from Q1. So maybe that was just more of a, well, I would assume it would be more of a practice round in terms of them being 15 racing tonight, but we'll see how they get on, how they go through. Yeah, Bradshaw taking the top spot there. Not a lot separating the top two actually. Not a lot at all. So it makes for some interesting Q2. No worries, bud. I thought I'd jump on. Couldn't let Div 4 not have a stream now, could we? Oh dear. Oh. Right. I'm not sure on whether. Don't know if it's going to be raining. Look, I think we didn't have any rain last night. Hopefully there's no rain again tonight. It can throw in some spanners in the works here at Brazil, the rain, but hopefully they are nice and dry for the entire race. Is it straight to race? Is it? Why? Okay. Oh, if it's straight to the race, then apologies. I thought we were doing a full quality. Yeah, I think that's just because of joining late. But yeah, we'll go through the start of the race. So see Bradshaw and the Alfa Romeo kicking it off in P1. Trifle in P2 on the Aston Martin, followed by his teammate Gravedigger, also in the Aston Martin. Quick Mick in the Alpine in P4. Old Manzi in the Red Bull in P5. Penrose in the AlphaTauri in P6. JR Bradshaw in the Haas in P7. Mr. Koenigsegg in the AlphaTauri in P8. Immortal in the McLaren in P9. Mr. Adam Moore himself in the Ferrari in P10. Stars Orphan in the Red Bull in P11. Dark Shadow Alfa Romeo in P12. Emotive Carrot in the Mercedes P13. Daniel in the Haas in P14. And Skull Kid in the Alpine P15. I tell you what, starting from the back's probably not. It's not a bad thing at Brazil. Turn one can be a bit hairy, so maybe starting from the back is not a bad thing at all. But we'll see how they fare in the race. As we've got a bit of a break. Squawking in the chat saying rain forecast midway. So again, we'll play into the strategies of what people think throughout the race. Normally it's a medium hard or a hard medium around here, depending on which way you want to go. So maybe that rain, we'll play with it a bit, maybe it'll come out to play in terms of later on, but we'll see what happens either way. Apologies, I will be back in 1 second. Apologies. So, as Squawkers rightly pointed out in the chat, it has started to rain already. What tyres we got? Let's have a look. Wrong one. So, depending how wet that track's going to get straight away. Ooh. Maybe we'll have some quick changes off the mediums and soft. So everyone opting for the medium tyre apart from Quick Mick in P4 and Dark Shadow in P12 on the softer tyres. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're away at Brazil for F4 RSF1. Not bad start by Bradshaw, keeping it in there, trying to keep it nice and tight as he took a wider line. Penrose losing positions further down, Adam Moore up into P8. Lots of short, sharp changes off the start, but what's happened to Stars? I didn't even see that off the start. What has happened to Stars Orphan? Back in P15 in the Red Bull. Down 4 places. What's happened to him there? I'm not sure, but we will go back up to the top 2. Adam Moore making past Dark Shadow there in the Ferrari. Bradshaw's starting to pull away in the Alfa Romeo, starting to build that gap up. He's going to try and obviously build it over a second by the time he gets to the 3 laps of the... But I'm not sure if DRS would... I don't know if it would be enabled or not. I don't think it's raining... Maybe not. I don't know if it's raining heavy enough or not. Quick Mick making a good work on them softer tyres, now up to P2. He's hunting down Bradshaw. He needs to make them work. I didn't make that strategy work last night, but I'm sure he will try and make it work on those soft tyres. Got 2 people early in the pits of Daniel P45 and Skull Kid, so maybe some wing damage or something going on there, I would assume. At the back, maybe with a couple of little challenges early on. Gravedigger getting past his teammate. Trifle dropping 2 places there. I don't know if he's struggling for grip in the slight rain. The track doesn't look that wet, but we'll see further on. But yeah, Quick Mick all trying to get all over the back of that Alfa Romeo, but it is still raining, still a bit cloudy there. Water starting to gather on the track. So we'll see. He has absolutely rinsed his ERS down to 9% at one point there, getting a bit hairy. Added more speed in the pit lane. Is this where we're going to see people? DRS has been enabled, so the game not thinking it's wet enough just yet. Maybe they took the wrong decision and gone on them into tyres a bit early. But yeah, Adam Moore picking up 5 seconds there for speed in the pit lane. I'm not sure what's happened there. Demonic Angel in the chat, go Quick Mick. He is making some work of those soft tyres, but well, the rain's coming thick and fast. That moist, the track's getting very wet, so I think these are going to have to pull in for inters. Maybe these guys have made the right decision. Rain falling quick and fast at Brazil. Whether it lasts for the whole race or not, that's a different question. But yeah, soft tyre, medium tyre runners definitely struggling for grip and air. Yeah, Gravedigger's just raining Penrose in off the back of that 10 seconds. Absolutely raining in. Yeah, here we go, flooding in the pits. Another 5 seconds. What's going on, guys? Another 5 seconds. What's going on? Penrose, please don't get 5 seconds. Thank you. Oh, penalties flying left, right, and centre. Yeah, Bradshaw with 5 seconds, Immortal with 5 seconds, Adam Moore with 5 seconds, and Daniel P45 with 5 seconds as well. So everyone going. What is? Oh no, old Manzi. Either he's not selected the right tyre there, the Red Bull driver, or had a Ferrari moment, or he doesn't think this rain's going to last very long. But looking at that, I think he's made the wrong decision. Oh, well, he hasn't changed his tyres. Oh no, there's just no grip there at all. He's oh dear. You don't like to see that, but it happens. It happens. So while we've been on that, Quick Mick obviously won them softer tyres, did make some good work up to P2, has kept this P2 and still sticking to the back of Bradshaw. So we'll, C Bradshaw, so we'll see how that progresses. Adam Moore and Immortal fighting, going side by side down onto the main straight. Who's got? Immortal's got. The three of them so close together. Mr. Kennedy wanting to get into this scrap as well. All over who's breaking the latest of turn one. Mr. Kennedy with the inside. It's just got solid 2 overtakes there from the AlphaTauri driver. Has used a bit more of his ERS, but got the move done. Norton now dropping another place. Oh, fighting with the Haas driver side by side. Not sure whether you want to do that in the wet, but these commentators are so... Cheers, mate. Thank you. I mean, I'm more than happy for you to hop on if you really want to. Come join your old pal JPP. Darts is hot, boss. Get in the bin. Get in the bin with your 3 packs of Percy Pigs. You... Oh. Quick Mick, sorry, while I've been arguing with Aaron in the chat, Quick Mick has lost 2 places now. He's down to P4. Gravedigger making his way up to P2 in the Aston Martin. Bradshaw's just pulling that gap now above 3 seconds, so we'll see. But solid from start to where we are now from Bradshaw so far. The only thing that would probably change that is a change in weather or a safety car. But they're starting to space out now. I mean, Stars has made up a bit of pace from where he was at the back. In terms of P15, he's now up to P11, so he's making his way back towards the points. Maybe the change in weather has helped him there, and moving on to those inters early has given him that advantage. But Mr. Kennedy's gone round in the AlphaTauri. Again, it's a struggle. You struggle here in the dry. If you run in wings way too low for that middle sector, it'll get you. And maybe that's just what happened with Mr. Kennedy there. But who is our closest battle on track? Probably oh no. Bradshaw. What's happened to Bradshaw? JR Bradshaw is just looked like he almost spun off and then had or it reset him to the track there. That was a bit odd. Well, I was going to say the closest battle was Stars, but it's not now. It's Immortal, so we'll stick with Immortal on the back of Quick Mick. Quick Mick lost quite a few places there. He was running in P2. Now he's down in P5. He's got that McLaren all over the back of him. 0.2. Is he an AI? Yeah. He is. Okay. JR Bradshaw's out, so there's that safety car, and this is what I was saying earlier in terms of the rest of the pack catching up to see Bradshaw. He pulled that gap massively. He's pulled that gap massively, and unfortunately the safety car's not going to help because it's going to bring or close the pack all back together. Now the question is here is it worth pitting for fresh inters? Would fresh inters go to the end? If it stays inters, this is the question. Is the weather going to stay as it is, or is it going to go back to dry? Now, if School Kid is still listening and he wants to get a cheeky weather report and then put it in the chat, feel free. But we're 8 laps in to the Brazil GP For F4 here in RSF1, and we have a safety car. But let's have a look. While we are here, let's have a look at position changes. So, our biggest winner so far is Dark Shadow in the Alfa Romeo, up 9 places to P3. So making some solid moves. In Motorcar up 4 places as well in P9. Stars up 3 places in P8. Our biggest downfall so far is Old Manzi. I think they had that incident earlier on, down 7 places, unfortunately. The rest of them not too far off, either similar or basically where they started, but saying Inters are better. Okay, so we're sticking with Inters, sticking with the soggy weather for the minute, and we'll see we'll have to see how the race progresses and pushes out further per se. But yeah, hopefully we'll see some decent moves. I know. In fact, you know what people should have done, because penalties come into play an absolute massive at Brazil as well. Unless you can pull the big gap, should have pitted and got rid of their 5 seconds. Would have been on fresh inters, got rid of your 5-second penalty. Especially those at the back. I mean, Daniel P45, and I would almost be. I would have been pitting and getting rid of that penalty. I'm pretty sure it's a school kid picking up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Yeah, it's a 5 second. So yeah, he could pit. He could have pit, or still can pit, and get rid of that 5 second penalty. Nice of you to show up, mate.
Been a while, hasn't it?
Been a while, yeah. It's been a while since you've been on gums.
Had a bit going on. Yeah, I have.
I thought you was watching the darts.
I was, but I thought I would come up and help you. I'll just chuck on my phone.
Nice. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I thought I'd be kind. It's not fair for F4 to do our comms and no one to do theirs, so I thought it'd be nice. But yeah, some interesting bits. Only 15 drivers tonight, which I don't know if that's normal for F4 or not.
I take it was short quality then.
It was short quality, which caught me off guard. Because even with 15, I would have thought you'd have done long quality, but I don't mind. I don't mind. It gets the night done quicker, but yeah. But some decent moves. So from what we saw so far, so Bradshaw was pulling quite a big gap, probably up to about 3.6 from P2, but obviously the safety cars brought out, chucked a spanner in the works per se. We also still don't know if the weather's going to go dry or not. Daniel's taking my advice and going in the pit to get rid of that 5-second penalty. Whether he'll make it back round in time to catch the safety car, he's got to put burners on. But that was class. I'm glad I caught that on stream. Need a co-com.
Right, I've joined.
I've got invade. Thank you anyway. I've got
snooze you lose, pal.
Skull Kid saying in the chat that the rain's getting worse. So are we going to see it the opposite way? Are we going to see inters to wets? Do you know what? Daniel needs to put his bloody foot down to catch back up to that. Go on, lad.
I wonder when CR Bradshaw's going to choose to go. He's obviously carrying that penalty at the moment.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying earlier. It's just would you have been what 7 or 8 laps in? Would you have made that choice? Right, I need to get rid of my 5 seconds, because I think last night in terms of F3 penalties did play a part in some cases.
Are you asking me if I would have done that?
Yes.
I don't often make it to lap 10. So there's your answer from me. Anyway, safety car restart has happened. We've got actually Alfa Romeo doing not too bad. Currently P1 and P3. Gravedigger in the middle, only one in the top 3 not to have a time penalty.
Yeah, that is going to help him out further along. He's, like I said, he was up one place from where he started, but let's put tyres. Dark Shadow picking up a 3-second time penalty. And what I've just noticed, Aaron, is Emotive Carrot. She's come into the pit. She's put wets on. She obviously thinks it's changed. It's wet enough for those wet tyres.
Yeah, it certainly seems like that. Dark Shadow's still all over the back of Gravedigger. Can't seem to get past that Aston Martin, which is allowing Bradshaw to just pull away and try and gap that 5 seconds that he's picked up.
It almost feels like, well, I'm not going to say Gravedigger's holding Dark Shadow back, but I think like if he can get in the slipstream, he's on. They're roughly on, not far off the same ERS, so that's whether he can. He's going to have a look.
Oh,
he's
contact
between the two of them. He's come flying back onto
quick,
the track.
what a move!
What a move from the Alpine driver, straight through the middle of them. He's seen them tussling with each other, and he's gone, yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
Moving car temporarily. I think it was the AlphaTauri. Yeah, it's gone off again. Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy
was struggling to keep that on the track.
He was struggling in the when we were on the softer tyres and going to the inters, and it seems like he's struggling again, even in the intermediate tyres. So Patronus in the chat saying it's not full wet, wets yet, but there are big puddles forming.
Cheers, Jeff.
Cheers, Jeff. Emotive Carrot thinks differently, but I would say she is catching to the back. I know he's had an incident, but she is catching to the back, or was catching to the back of Daniel P45, who's now overtaken Mr. Kennedy. All over the place. But that move from Quick Mick flying up to P2 was
pulled away as well.
I know, he has.
He's on the
absolutely stunken in that Alpine. So.
Got Aston Martin coming out the pit lane along with the AlphaTauri as well.
Yeah, truly trifle. I think he's maybe had a bit of contact or bush in between in those instants. So I wonder what he's going to go on to. Is he feeling the wet tyres, or is he going back onto inters? He's got a bit of wing damage, so he feels it's still going to be inters, and he'll stick with them. Dark Shadow picking up another 3-second time penalty. He's got some catching back up to do. Mr. Stars Orphan making a nice move up to P5, keeping it nice and tidy on the inside there. And Mr. Adam Moore was maybe on the grass. No, he's going to let the Alpha go.
Got that side-by-side action between Daniel P45 and Skullkid.
You love to see the scrapping all the way down the grid. I mean, even from what, P7 to P9, these, what, 4 drivers, 5 drivers even, they'll get so close together. There's going to be a bit of scrapping every now and then.
Penrose moving up into the top 3 as well, just getting past Gravedigger, who seems to be struggling at the moment. Can't quite find the grip.
Seems to be quite a few drivers that are struggling. I think, was old Manzi in the Red Bull just had a bit of a twitch there off going into the main part of the back end of Sector 1. But I think it's what we said the other day, Aaron, in terms of wet driving. You either love it or you hate it. Yeah. And a lot of these drivers tonight don't seem to be enjoying themselves.
Adam Moore and Dark Shadow going at it.
Oh, there's contact between the Alpha and the... Adam's done well there. I think maybe Dark Shadow may have let him go a bit more, but
Picking up a penalty as well.
another penalty. How many penalties is he on now? He's on quite a few.
He's on 12
12
seconds.
seconds of time penalties. So I know he's got ground to make up, but that's going to have a major effect on his race. He can't get them to move through the pits. So I don't know.
Lost another position
Immortal's
as well.
just flown by him in the McLaren. So he's obviously trying to stick to the back of that Ferrari, Mr. Adam Moore.
He's coming into the pit lane. He's picked up another penalty. And he's left.
Oh, he's retired. Retired in the pits, okay. I think, yeah, and again, this goes back to the wet racing. Some people love it, some people don't, and I just think it's one of them. Oh well. Only 3 people that aren't getting points tonight, so we'll see how we carry on.
Not many drivers too close at the moment. I think we've
No,
got
there's
Adam
not.
Moore's
There's
the
only Mr.
closest.
Adam Moore and Immortal really, and then old Manzi off the back of him. Like I said, there's a little pack in the middle. The front lot are quite spaced out. I mean, Bradshaw's pulling that gap from Quick Mick, but we'll see how it progresses. Wet racing sorts the boys from the men. That is very true, Bruno. Immortal's gone round. Oh, and we've caught it on the stream. Oh no. Oh, unlucky there. He was making some good moves up the grid as well. Stars in the pits. He was also making some good moves, having an instant on the first lap, which took him then down to P15. So he's made some good moves up there, but we'll see where he comes out of the pits as well. He thinks it's wet tyres. There's a lot of spray, but I wouldn't say it's wet. Fuck that. Nah, it's not wet. But we'll go back to the closest battle, which is between these two here. So Motive and Orphan, the only 2 wet tyre runners at the moment. There's also another battle going on between, I think it's Skull Kid and Immortal. So we may flick over to that. But Stars thinks it's wet. So we'll see if he can
stop anytime soon.
No, it doesn't, to be fair. But we'll see if he can start cooking on these wet tyres. Mr. Adam Moore speeding into pit lane, 5 seconds. What is it with you guys tonight speeding in the pit lane? I don't even want to think about it. I think we've got about, we had the first, 4, and then probably another, so about 7 speeding in the pit lane penalties. Stars Orphan's getting very brave there on the outside of the Motive.
That was a Motive car getting a penalty. It was the Aston Martin of Trifle. The P9, I think that was. I wonder when we'll start to see the front runners coming in to change on to the wets, if they feel like that's the right call.
I don't know if they will. Jonas is saying it's wet now. Yeah, it probably is, to be fair. The rest of the track is so shiny and apart from the racing line. Skull Kid picking up another 3-second time penalty, but like we said, penalties will have an effect.
In comes Gravedigger from P4.
So he's going to try and get the undercut in the Aston Martin. We'll stick with him, see where he comes out, but Bradshaw's just pulling pulling away from Quick Mick. So either Quick Mick is struggling, or Bradshaw is, for God's sake, is 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 going really well. We've got another speeding and pit lane penalty. I think we're on 10 now.
I could never. I didn't get a single penalty last night.
I got one, but it was BS.
It was really easy for me not to get a penalty. You know why? Because I just didn't even race.
Oh no, you weren't racing, were you? No. didn't even notice, mate. Didn't even notice.
Ah.
I'm joking.
It's quite sad.
Good vision. There was no one shouting in the party with a Scottish accent going, "Get to foot."
Exactly. You just had Vettel to contend with.
He's alright, he's mellowing down. Maybe he's maturing.
Maybe. That's the key word there.
Right, anyway, back to the race. We've got some more people coming on the wet runners. A lot of the front runners now coming in for wet tyres. Going through Matty, but that was fun. Maturing age 45. Just
Tell you what, I'm interested to see where Gravedigger plays a part in all of this, because he obviously pitted first
He's gonna
of
get
the
that,
front runners.
Yeah. It's like you said, when are... Because you look at that gap, so you look at Bradshaw, like even on the big map, you look at that gap between Bradshaw and Daniel P45. In fact, Quick Mick is making time up to Daniel. It's just whether Bradshaw's got that big enough gap, but I don't think he has.
He's going to lose it every single lap, so he's got to pit now, or it's going to be too late and he's not going to keep the position.
He's in the pits, he's in the pits. Where is he coming out?
Another penalty as well.
For God's sake, guys. He's on 10 seconds, I think. He is.
That's really going to hamper his race.
So where is Quick Mick? Where is Bradshaw going to come out compared to Quick Mick? He's coming down straight now. Absolutely flying in that Alpine. He is... Well, he's going to be P1 anyway because of the penalties, but is he going to get out ahead? He is. He's going to have more traction on that corner, so he's going to be ahead. Even Gravedigger might... Well, he's not going to get a proper look, but he will get a look down into the next couple of corners. He's got the Ferrari of Adam Moore all over the back of him as well, followed by Penrose and the off time.
Bradshaw did serve 5 seconds under the thing as well.
Oh, did he? So he's
under
now back
to
5. Okay, so mate, okay. But he's still going to have to, as it stands, with Quick Mick, get ahead of him and pull 5 seconds, which I just don't see happening.
The thing is, had he not got that 5-second penalty, he would definitely still be leading this race.
Oh yeah, yeah. Massively. A bit of a... It's definitely wet tyres now. Mr. Kennedy and Trifle still out on the inter. I know they obviously pitted early and were trying to make it work, but sometimes you got to just bite the bullet and go, look, I need to pit. Because I don't see this changing in the next 16 laps. Penrose up to P4, getting his move done past Adam Moore in the Ferrari.
Tell you what, if Gravedigger can get his foot down, he could have a good chance at securing P2, if not even going for the win as well.
Well, even as it is, he's already currently in P2, isn't he? So, because he's Bradshaw's on 5 seconds, so he's technically his net P2. Yeah. Don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Kennedy is all in the back of Stars. He just hasn't got the grip. He just can't brake as late. He can't. There's nothing there. Just lose it. So
Penrose all over the back of
Penrose,
Groove Tiger.
he's gonna have a look. He's gonna go on the inside. Get the nice inside line. Having to go off that drier line though, but it's made it work in the after up to P3. Not that it's going to affect Gravedigger at the minute, because I want to say it's a 5-second time penalty. Oh no, it's a 3-second for Penrose. So we'll see how it plays out. Bradshaw's made some moves, or made some ground up all over the back of Quick Mick. He's only got 14% ERS compared to Bradshaw's 65. So again, it's going to hinder him a lot down that main straight. Even Bradshaw's going to have a look now, or was going to have a look.
Seems like Bradshaw's got much more traction in Quick Mick as well.
Again, it's down to whether he can overtake him and pull 5 seconds with 14 laps to go. But to start with, he's got to get the move done. He's going to go round the outside, the Alpine driver. He's going to come back, sticking it in. He's going to get the switch back. Nicely played, Mr. Bradshaw. Up into P1, but again, got to pull that 5 seconds. But if you look at him, he's already pulled 1.6, and he's done what, a quarter of a lap after overtaking Quick Mick.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to have much trouble gapping that 5 seconds.
No, not at all. And even in fact, Penrose is caught up to the back of Quick Mick as well, so could be down even further. Almost like he's struggling. I don't know if he's struggling or what's going on with Quick Mick, but he was good on the inters, but he seems to be almost struggling on the wet tyres. But yeah, Penrose is gonna get a good look at that Alpine on this straight. Just where's he gonna send it? Which way is he gonna send it? Gonna look to the inside. Adam Moore getting a 3 second. Penrose up to P2 in the AlphaTauri. Oh, almost looked like there's some slight contact there between the two of them. They're so close together. Trifle's finally made the decision to pit and go on to the wet tyres, I assume. Oh. I tell you what, he's let him by, but he's sticking with him. I mean, he's got no ERS, but he's sticking with him for the moment. Stars Orphan's been overtaken by Daniel P45 in the house up to P7. Yeah, Trifle is now out on the wet tyres. We'll see if he can help those fresh wets, see if he can pull anything off there. He's got Immortal 3.5 seconds in front of him. But he's on the fresher tyres. I'm going to stick with Quick Mick. Oh! Safety car! I don't know what happened to Immortal there. Didn't quite catch that. There was two battles going on. I stuck with the front one, but Trifle and Immortal were very close together. Not sure what's gone on there. But we have another safety car, second safety car of the night. Who's in the pits? Adam Moore's in the pits. Getting rid of those penalties. So yeah, be good. Would you come in the pits, Aaron? He's put Inters on.
That seems like the right decision. If
Get rid
it
of
feels
those
like
penalties.
yeah, certainly.
So some of them, well, in fact, all of them, apart from. In fact, if they just change, I bet they will change. No, they're sticking with them wets. But everyone apart from Adam Moore is back on the wets. He's gone back onto the Inters. To me, personally, that track hasn't dried at all. All it's done is getting worse. So we'll see what happens. But again, this is what makes it interesting. This is where, well, really almost commiserations for Bradshaw as it's going to affect him. He was definitely going to pull that 5 seconds, and now this is what the quick math back into the race. Oh, he's going to play it smart. He's going to pick.
It's got another 5-second penalty.
Oh, for God's sake. Guys, come on. What is it with the speeding in the pit lane? Is there
Tell
a
you what,
glitch?
Adam Moore's already on the thing. He's already on the
Mr. Kenny's
inters.
got a drive-through. Is there a glitch for Brazil?
I wouldn't say so. I've not heard of one.
But you wouldn't think there'd be this many speeding in the pit lanes.
Where's
For
Adam Moore
legals.
come from? He's on the
He's on
Inter,
Inters.
1 lap old.
Yeah, he's on Inters. Everyone else in front of him pit. So he's on them 1 lap old intermediate tyres. A lot of them now pitting for Inters. Didn't look like it was drying up for me. It looked like it was almost the same, but unless I could be wrong. Maybe that they obviously know something that I don't. Maybe it's going to brighten up in a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, your new leader with, does he have time penalty? He does have a 3-second time penalty. But Adam Moore in P1. Adam Moore actually up 9 places where he currently sits. Daniel P45 up 7, School Kid up 6 places. Trifle at the minute down 10 places. They're almost Aaron's kind of numbers, really.
Was that I completely missed that?
Nothing, mate. Oh, dear. But we will get back underway. Second safety car of the night. Still raining, still wet, but we are on most fresh inters. Oh gosh. I wouldn't have thought it'd have been the rain in Brazil, to be fair, but each their own.
Still a couple of people fell out on the wets as well. I'm not sure what they're thinking.
Yeah, a couple of them. Old Manzi, but he's in P2, so we'll obviously see how he fares up against the inters around him. And yeah, Mr. Kennedy and Skull Kid in P7, P8 as well. Again, still some big puddles out there, but Definitely not as bad as the rain is lightening off. Safety car will be in this lap. 10 to 15 minutes of light rain. Okay.
It kind of seems like a nothing to lose kind of moment for old Manzi at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So the question is, when is Adam Moore gonna go? In the Ferrari.
It's leaving it pretty late.
He is leaving it very late.
Very late. The timing line's not that far
very
away.
backing up the grid. So he's gonna. It almost like he's gonna go as late as possible. He's gone. Has he caught anyone napping? He hasn't got old Manzi napping. He's still all over the back of him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. If he kept it clean, School Kid picking up a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Corner cutting, I believe. School Kid up to a little scrap going on there. They're going almost 3 wide. Haas off the wide to the right hand side. Through goes the Alpine and the Merc. Emotive up to P7. I just... I don't know. I always can't...
finds a bit more pace now.
I can't almost tell who's made the better decision, if it's Adam Moore or if it's old Manzi.
Doesn't seem like Penrose is catching all that much at the moment.
No. He's on the back of him, but he's not catching. Motives looking at that back of the Alpine of Skull Kid. Is she going to send it? It's going to try and send it around the outside. She's got enough grip. Skull Kid's burning his ERS there. Manzi has dropped 2 positions, now down to P4, so the Inter is definitely quicker.
Oh, it's all kicking off at the back at the moment. Got Daniel,
Definitely quicker.
Trifle, and Bradshaw.
Old Manzi's lost another place from Gravedigger down to P5. Stars picking up a penalty there. But oh yeah, like you said, almost down from what, P7 to P11. So close together,
Yep.
All on inters, all scrapping, all on fresh tyres. Bradshaw has got some making up to do here.
He's gotten rid of all those penalties, though, which is
He has
going
got
to
rid
help
of it,
him.
so he must have pit again, so that will help. I think he had a bit of a lag spike then, because on my screen he was winning all. Trifle's going to try and send it round the outside of the Red Bull. Contact between Trifle and Stars. Stars is off. Oh, he's managed to put it back on track, but he's lost quite a few places there. Truly losing some grip on the exit. Skull Kid up to P6. Getting past the Merc of the Motive. Just going to have a look back down the inside. Oof. I think there was some contact between the two of them there. Looked a bit squiffy. Now, Quick Mick in the Alpine, catching up to Adam Moore, but I mean that's not going to help him anyway because he is net P1 with Adam's penalty in place. Can Adam push it anymore? Can Quick Mick push him? As it stands, Adam has the higher ERS, but we'll see what happens. Bradshaw's making moves back up to P6. 3-lap hold Inters. Mr. Kennedy retiring in the pits.
Is that in the pit
Oh, he's
lane?
retired.
Oh, it's on
Has he
track.
crashed?
That's a safety car anyway.
Yeah, I think he's crashed. I think he's... Safety car.
Oh man, he came into the pit lane.
Now,
So we're gonna have a couple of laps at the end.
question more lies. Who's got penalties? School Kid, I think that's multiple warnings, so all 3 seconds. And nobody can get rid of any penalties. It's probably not worth pitting. You've got Adam Moore, who's the most at the top on the older Inter tyre.
He's pretty much gonna dictate
School
what
Kid
the
on
rest of
the
the field
6th
do.
lap of wets. What do we reckon, Aaron?
I think the decision really does lie in Adam because he's gonna dictate what everyone does. Because they're all kind of in a similar position, the ones with penalties. 'Cause there's not going to be enough laps left for them, I think, to hold their positions without moving up or down. So Adam seems like he's going to stay out. Quick Mix stays out as well. Benno stays out. Yeah, I think they're all going to stay out for now. Bit of an interesting pack here with Bradshaw, who, as expected, stays out. Majority of them have stayed out. I'm surprised Orphan didn't come in. Oh, Orphan has to come in actually. He comes into fit. It will be another set of Inters, I believe, and to maybe get rid of a penalty.
Apologies, I heard absolutely nothing you just said there because my headset was connected.
Hopefully the stream heard it. So
I'm sure they would have.
yep, I was just saying Orphan's come into the pit lane to put on a fresh set.
Yeah, it makes sense. He had nothing really to lose there. I mean, he's off the back of them, the back of the grid. He's with his teammate. Red Bull will probably want to be on them fresher tyres. I think I'm pretty sure he's got 3-second time penalty. We'll see when he comes out. Yeah. So probably wants to be on them fresher tyres to help him move through the grid. Whether that's going to then bump him up, I'm not sure, but depends how quick this safety car restart's going to happen. But ultimately, Quick Mick, net P1. Gravedigger currently looking at a net P2. With Bradshaw on the back of him for a net P3, but Bradshaw's going to be hungry to get past them lot. Massively. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries and pushes it off the restart. To be fair, he's had a solid race as well. He's been unlucky with these safety cars, which have then reined him back in as he was starting to pull away.
Yeah, it certainly seems like Bradshaw is in a pretty decent position to get himself back on the podium. He's done well to get rid of those penalties whilst picking up other ones.
Yeah.
We should be in this lap, you'd think.
Yeah, I would assume so. But in terms of the top runners, Bradshaw in the better position on them fresher Inters. Be it one lap, but fresher. I tell you one man who'd love these conditions. Vettel. He loves the wet, that boy.
He had a little bit of an assassination moment last night. Won't go into that, but he got a little bit eager. They're leaving it late to call this safety car in. There we go. Right. I think JP's headset may have disconnected once again.
Disconnected, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with it, mate. It keeps trying to connect to. I don't know what it's trying to connect to. It just. Or like it goes. I can't hear you in the party. I can see me talking and hear. And I can see you talking, but I can't hear you.
Oh well. Do you want me to take us through the safety car restart for old time's sake then?
You're gone.
Alright then, so we're gonna have 3 laps of race when we cross the line. Here goes Adam Moore, he's gonna take them down towards turn 1. Quick Mike looks optimistic, he's maybe gonna look for a move up the inside. There's no movement so far as they head down into turn 1 on lap number 34 of 36. Everyone running intermediates bar Skull Kid who's running in P7. We've got Penrose trying to make a move up to P2 all over the back of Quick Mick in the Alpine who's defending for his life. A little bit behind that we've got Gravedigger and Bradshaw trying to make up positions. They both don't have penalties, so they're going to be very racy in these last couple of laps. Quick Mick's having to fight with everything he's got right now, and that's just allowing Adam Moore to pull away, which is helping him because he's got that time penalty as well. Penrose carrying a time penalty as well, but has got to try and get past Quick Mick and sort of use him as a shield to keep Gravedigger behind. A bit further down the field we've got a little bit of battle in between Daniel, Oldmanzi, Skull Kid and Stars. Orphan having a bit of a battle. Orphan was going to look up the outside of Skull Kid there, didn't see anything of that. Heading up into the last couple of corners now. Penrose very late on the brakes, trying to get as best of a run as possible. I think we're going to see quite a few ERSs getting burned out here on the straight down to the line to start the penultimate lap. Adam Moore continues to lead. Obviously no DRS in the rain, so it's going to be a bit more difficult for Quick Mick to get past and secure that lead. But if you can just stay within, I believe it is 3 seconds, he will take the race win.
That was beautiful.
Cheers, mate. I've missed that. Maybe not.
I don't mind doing it.
Good time, bro.
It's alright.
Same here.
Old Manzi's got past Daniel P45 up to P8. As you say, Quick Mick is currently looking at a win, staying within that 3 seconds of Adam Moore, but he has got Penrose, Gravedigger and Bradshaw all over the back of him. They're going to be snapping and hungry with those no penalties for them, so we'll see what they can do in the last lap of the race. I'm sure there'll be some sends all over the shop after that safety car restart. Stars has made his way up into the points, so hopefully he'll be collecting some at the end of this. But yeah, Adam Moore, Quick Mick, Penrose, everyone is draining their battery. Emotive Carrot trying to stay to the back of this, but only in 30%, so I don't think she'll be able to. Bradshaw and P5, we'll see what he can try and do, but there's your main man at the minute. Trifle picking up another 3 seconds. Quick Mick may try and have a look at Adam Moore here. I don't know if he's close enough to.
It's Penrose round.
Penrose has gone,
And
Bradshaw's gone out completely.
God.
Oh my god, there's changes all over the place. Emotive Carrots up to P3,
Jesus.
Trifle up to P4, Manzi at P5. God, there's moves. Oh, jeez.
Where's Carrots on the podium?
Emotive Carrot currently on the podium. I don't know if Old Manzi's going to take that because he's got no penalties. So the Red Bull driver, looking from where he was with Stars at the back in terms of P11, P12, is now could be looking at a podium going into the last half of the lap. But it looks to be Adam Moore who's going to slip away and take that checkered flag.
Quick Mick's going to take the win. He's only 4 tenths behind.
Yeah, Quick Mick is going to take the win off of Adam Moore. Adam Moore wins it on track. Quick Mick takes it on the penalty. Emotive Carrot's going to finish.
No!
Old Manzi up to P3 on the penalties. And lucky from Emotive, just. Oh god, that was close.
How have Red Bull snatched a podium in that?
Red Bull snatched a podium. In fact, how has Red Bull snatched a P3 and a P7? They were sat P11 and P12 with like 3 laps to go.
That's unbelievable. Fair play to them.
Crazy stuff going on here. Absolute crazy. Oh god.
There we have it then. Not old man. Quick Mick taking the win off of Adam Moore, who finished P1 on track as said, but because he is a silly Billy and got a 3-second penalty, he paid the price and took P2. And old Manzi, fair play to the man, he managed to pick up a P3 after pitting on, I think it was like lap 33,
yeah,
going dead last.
Yeah. Really late. Unfortunately, yeah, unlucky for Bradshaw there. What happened on that last lap instance with bits going over, but Trifle picking up P4 in the Aston Martin, and Motor Carrot in the Mercedes making some moves up to P5. Daniel P45 in the Haas P6. Stars Orphan making moves from where he was in P12 up to P7 in the Red Bull. Penrose in the AlphaTauri P8. Gravedigger P9 in the Aston Martin. School Kid P10 in the Alpine to finish off the points. Bradshaw picking up P11. Energy picking up P12. Immortal P13, Dark Shadow P14, and JR Bradshaw P15.
Someone just said in the chat, what happened? Can we see the crash? Unfortunately, there's no Sky Q red button in our F1,
there's no VAR or anything like that.
Gonna have to wait for the stream to be uploaded and go back and watch it yourself.
God, I wish it was that technological. That'd be cool.
If we had Harvey, I'm sure he could do something for you.
Harvey or
DD Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, have we got
But you've just got the dodgy part-timers in tonight.
Look, part-timers coming gold, you know that. We put in the shift that nobody wants to. Alright, have we got everyone? Has everyone ticked the box?
Yeah, I've ticked the box now.
Cool. Right. Yeah, no danger. Right. As you don't do comms a lot, Aaron, I'm going to let you do P3 and P1.
Oh, I'm honoured. So, we've got Old Manzi in P3 tonight. Firstly, congratulations on the podium. I don't think it would have been in your sights, considering how the last 3 laps went. But yeah, just kind of walk us through it, and what was the mindset in those last couple of laps?
But the mindset was try and get past all them slow cars in front of me and try and maximise the time penalties. Because I didn't know who had time penalties ahead of me. I knew the 2 in front of me did, but I didn't know about Quick Mick or Adam Moss. I was trying to push and try and catch them as best I could. Obviously I failed, but considering how my whole race went, I'll take P3 all day long. The game done nothing but stitch me up all night.
Yeah, well, certainly. Fair play to you. I'm just trying to load up this thing to find out what track we have next. Is it Miami?
Miami.
It is Miami.
Sure. Is it not Saudi next?
No, I think it's Miami
Miami.
from the...
Yeah.
No, it's Saudi.
Is it Saudi? Oh, God.
Someone needs to fix this site. No, okay. Yeah, it's Saudi Arabia next actually. Obviously a very different circuit to tonight. How do you feel about going into that one?
I don't like Saudi Arabia. That will be a damage limitation for me. Just try and do my best to keep my nose clean, and that's that.
Yeah, well, you've got 7 days to soak in this P3, and a very well-deserved P3. Congratulations on the podium, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
No, yeah, congratulations, Manzi, on that. Pulled it way back in for the Red Bull team for you and Stars there. So no, did decent points for Red Bull. As we move over to P2, Mr. Adam Moore in the Ferrari. So good race tonight. Made some decent moves. I think you almost surprised us at one point when we saw you at the top of the list as to where you were fighting and where you were during most of the race, and then having that and carrying it through to obviously finish P1 on track, but unfortunately the penalty taking you down to P2. But how did that go for yourself?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I made a good strategy call with the rain, which seems to happen quite often. I seem to pick the right tyre at the right time, so that was nice. I mean, qualified I was 10th, and I'm not fast around this track. I like it, not fast around it, but the inters felt nice, felt connected to the road, and I just wanted to pull that 3 seconds for as many people as I could. And I think there was some kind of disaster behind me on the last lap.
Yeah, there was.
Which helped me to get the P2, so I'm happy with that.
They almost looked like the guys towards probably the last couple of laps of the race were scrapping behind you, which was giving you an opportunity to try and pull away from Quick Mick, but he was almost too quick per se.
He's a quick driver.
But no, you definitely seem like a solid, quite happy driving in the very dodgy wet conditions that we had tonight. Some drivers were struggling, but you seem to be solid all the way through.
Yeah, I do like the wet weather. I seem to do better in wet than I do in the dry, to be honest. I'm not sure why. Just I don't know. Driving in real life, living in England, it's part and parcel of it. So.
That's very true. Well, but yeah, no, congratulations on the P2 finish, and yeah, just unlucky just to finish with that time penalty to take you off the top spot.
Thank you.
Do I move on to P1 now?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Sorry, I was too busy doing something.
That's fine.
So we'll move on to P1 now. Got Quick Mick securing the win tonight in very nice fashion. Seemed quite quick all night. Quick Mick. But yeah, tell us how you feel your race went and what led you to securing P1 tonight.
Well, that first stint on the Inters, when I finally got back in the lobby, because I seemed to get disconnected from everybody. I was just going around by myself for a while. That first stint on the Inters, after I managed to get back up into like second or third, it felt horrible. The car was sliding all over the place. So when we come in for the wets, I made a few adjustments, and the car felt a bit better than that. But Penrose and Bradshaw, they were just on another league to me today. But luckily managed to sneak in front of them both in the pits, and managed to hold them behind, stay with Adam until the end when it's in the ice 3 second penalty. I don't need to go crazy and try and overtake him. I just got to stay close, and this one's in the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, obviously you drove a perfect race today, and unfortunately there was contact behind you on the last lap, which managed to secure it for yourself, but that was obviously in your control all that race. So congratulations on the win. How do you feel about going to Saudi next week?
50-50 with Saudi. The second and third sector I'm alright, but the first sector is a bit of a nightmare for me, so we'll just have to see what happens. With Championship, as long as I can finish ahead of like Manzi and Immortal, then there's still got a chance in there.
Yeah, well, congratulations again on tonight, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much.
No, yeah, congratulations, Quick Mick. Some good solid driving from yourself tonight to stick there and stick it onto P1. You did very well in your first stint on the soft tyres, making it as much places as possible. And then I think one of my actual favourite moments from the race was, I believe it was the two Aston Martins scrapping in front of you, and you just seemed to split the both of them and go straight through the middle. So no, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, I think I recorded that overtake, so I was quite proud of that one.
No, yeah, that's good. Right, well, I think that's it from myself. Thank you for everyone tuning in and watching. Thank you for the drivers tonight for putting on a show, and thank you for my co-coms for joining me, Mr. Aaron.
So welcome. Good to be back.
But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you for the next one for round 16 at Saudi. Good night.